So here with Jeremy today. Jeremy, you served for which branch of the military?
Navy and Army.
Navy and Army. Cool.
Yes.
How long were you in for?
12 years.
6 in each.
I did first 5 years was Navy.
Okay.
Stationed in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
In the USS Peleliu.
Yeah. That's cool. Did my best friend actually finished flight school out there right before he went to Japan. He flies helicopters. Why did you get into the military?
Well, it was myself and a friend. We were curious about our futures, what we were going to do. And
Yeah.
It was basically it was just we got to do something. So it's basically why we chose the Navy. We're not sure. We just
That was
thought
it.
it looked cool
Yeah,
and chose it. And
That's cool.
then we went to testing, and I made it through, and he didn't.
Oh, wow.
So he never ended up going in, but I did. I did my first 5 years there.
Yeah, that's cool. Were you in San Diego the whole time?
Yes, except for deployments.
Yeah, deployments.
Deployed probably 11 times.
Yeah.
Half of those times were just out to the Gulf or something like that, or to Pearl Harbor. Been there quite a few
Yeah,
times.
that's cool. What'd you do on the ship?
I was aviation ordnance.
Oh, cool.
So bombs and rockets, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
that's
Build
awesome.
them, load them on the aircraft.
Awesome. That's cool.
Well, see, it is. It
That's
is
some
pretty
next.
awesome.
That's some
and
next. That's some next level stuff, and that's a lot of money you're playing with too.
Oh yeah,
A big time.
yeah. It's just can't do anything with it now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, that's the thing, and we were talking about before we started. For guys that are going in, you had a really good before we started recording, and I want you to say it again because you had a really good piece of advice to guys that are going into the military about what they should do.
Well, I would say do what you want to do and what you like. Choose a job that you can get the training for and definitely use once you get out. Because I never did that. I always did my whole time. I always just did what they wanted me to do. They tried to get me in infantry, of course. It sounds, really cool and high speed, and almost did it, and I just you need to choose something you can get the training and use it once you get out.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of like a make it work for you at the same time you're working for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what'd you do in the Army?
Well, after I got out of the Navy, I was in the National Guard Army. I enlisted in there as a combat engineer, so explosives and building bridges. I only did about 6 months in the Guard, and then decided to go active Army.
Yeah.
So I was a combat engineer most of the whole time, which is also explosives, and it's sounds cool, and it was cool. It was really fun,
Yeah.
but very limited on what I
You
could
can
do.
go after that.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked into like quarries and stuff like that? I don't know how that stuff works. I've heard those guys blowing stuff up, and I'm like, other than being in Hollywood and being like a explosions expert, which would be awesome.
Yeah, that
It's
that
too
would
bad
be
Motley,
really awesome.
Motley Crue retired. You could have had a job with them doing the pyro.
That would have been really awesome, and I looked into it a lot when I got out. Being on a SWAT team, demolition or something, and it's a lot different. The training, I mean, I worked with explosives, but the difference would be each company or whatnot would have their own training and different types of explosives, and it's not quite the same. And like a rock quarry or demolition or any of that type of stuff, there's not very many jobs available.
Yeah.
If someone's trained for it and they've got that job, they stay there.
Yeah, because I mean,
So
it's pretty finite. It's kind of like what I do.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just extremely tough.
Yeah. I can imagine. I mean, like you said, it sounds awesome, but what do you do with it when you're done?
Exactly.
It's not like you got a CIS, doing information systems or something. You need to go network anywhere.
Oh yeah. And that's what I was talking about. Pick a job that would be cool that you like, and especially if it's something technical like that, or expensive for training. You can get the good training in the military.
Yeah, absolutely, top notch.
And then get out and transfer over your certificates and maybe add a little bit more training to it, and
That's cool. So what do you do now?
Well, I got out February of 2013. My aunt and uncle are CDL truck drivers. So I got my CDL license. I drove a flatbed for about a year and a half, and then there for a while I drove celebrity tour buses.
So tell me about that. Did you get anybody awesome or what?
Well, there's a lot of no-name groups, or smaller name, I should say.
Country artists.
Smaller name groups of someone I never heard of.
Yeah,
Most of them I can't remember.
Yeah.
A lot of rap groups.
Really?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah. Hold on, let me do this real quick. So anyway, you were a bunch of rap groups that you didn't know, just a bunch of like DJ, Red Shirt, or Plot Man.
Yeah, so and so like that. Stuff you can't really remember. It's not important stuff, so you don't really retain it.
Yeah.
But man, I can't remember that guy's name.
Did they ever make you sign like non-disclosure?
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Oh yeah. Most of the time. Most of the time. Even just not.
I made it, Dad.
I see. Jay-Z. I drove Jay-Z a couple times. It's like a constant party, so it's pretty cool.
Do you think he was he on the bus the whole time, or what? Did you ever meet him, talk to him?
Oh yeah. I met him a few times, but I'm driving most of the time. And when he's off the bus, he's gone. He's doing his thing like he's supposed to. And if I was there, if we were in the same spot, then I was driving. So it was just a quick hi, how you doing kind of thing, and I'm driving and. Got to resist the constant party.
Oh yeah, because you got a job to do.
Doing shots and give one to the driver. Yeah, excellent idea.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, the guy is in charge of our lives. Let's get him wasted.
I drove the American Idol tour.
Oh wow, but that was cool.
The last one, bunch of youngsters.
Yeah,
they were kind of snobby.
Oh, I'm sure they were very, very snobby.
There was a guy I can't ever remember his name. I don't know why. An old country singer, and he's blind. Hey, boy.
I'm gonna have to Google it. You're gonna have to Google it.
I can't remember his name. I'll remember it as soon as we're done here.
Continue. I'm gonna Google it. Continue with your story. I'll Google it.
But I had to pull a trailer with him, and I guess he's been blind his whole life.
Ronnie Millsap.
So there you go. That's who it was.
That's what I thought it was. But anyway, okay. Thank God for Google.
Blind his whole life, and so you got to be really easy driving that. It's not like driving anything else.
Yeah, because he's not.
You can feel everything.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But had a lot of fun with that. Traveling everywhere. And
that's man. I've never met. It's funny. All the bands and the dudes that I met, and like tour managers and road managers, stage managers, musicians, never met the driver ever. That's cool. You're my first. That's cool. That's really cool. So
a lot of money.
Yeah,
a lot of money. $5,000 a month. And that's take home.
Yeah.
And then plus, while you're out there, you stay at the top hotels and stuff, and everything's paid for.
I'm sure they treat you well.
You get stage passes, and everything's paid for, and it's real fun, really nice. You're the kind of like the owner of that bus.
Yeah.
You keep it clean, and just drive them around and take care of it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's cool.
I stayed in Texas at a hotel one time in a room right next to the Hulk.
Oh, that's awesome. I would have like tried to talk in the thing and be like, "Ooh, you think I forgot about you, Hulkster?" Like trying to pretend like a Macho Man.
Well, the Incredible Hulk, Lou.
Oh,
Lou Ferrigno or
not
what his
Hulk
name is?
Hogan.
Yeah.
I'm on wrestling terms. Okay, yeah, Lou Ferrigno, the
Yeah.
Hulk. Okay, gotcha. That's
And
awesome.
I had to take a. He was so busy, so I never stopped him, and everybody else is stopping him and all up in his face and stuff. So I just kind of took a secret picture and sent it. Had to send it to my 7-year-old, and then I had to Google an old picture of him where he was Hulk, and they
show
actually
him.
paint him green in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 7-year-old, he really liked
That's
that.
awesome.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool. So why'd you get out of it? You still doing it, or?
Well, after that, that was a temporary kind of thing. They would, when they needed an extra driver, they would just fly me out of wherever I was at and into wherever they wanted me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go on full time and do it. At the time, I was driving a flatbed,
Yeah.
and that was a lot of money too. You know, a fun job, and I really liked it. But I was never home.
Yeah.
And I got 2 boys. And
Yeah, I feel you. This is the time to be here for
I
sure.
got the GI Bill for school, and I'm never going to have a better time to use it. And
Be there, raising them. It makes sense.
Yeah,
I completely agree with it, man.
so right now I'm a full-time
Yeah,
student.
that's cool. You go to MSU or OTC?
I go to OTC,
OTC.
for HVAC,
Nice. Oh, sweet.
just a full-time student, and
That's
they
cool.
pay me the BAH. They pay me the money per month
Yeah.
that I'm living on. It's not much at all. It's
No.
really tough,
Yeah.
but I can power through it
Yeah.
until I can get that job. And
You know, you seem to know, you've or at least learned the lesson that, and I'm a big follower of it. That
be quiet.
even though money's great and all that stuff, but to be honest with you, like being able to be around and do this stuff like as your life is worth more money than you could ever make in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Time is worth way more money, and you'll never get this time back. Never.
I can't miss it. I mean,
But
I
that's
already
really
missed.
cool. You got to do it though. It's pretty
I already
rad.
missed quite a bit, but
Yeah.
so I've got the CDL. I mean, I can drive, but if I were to do it again, it would just be a local kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or something. But
That's cool. Well, thanks for coming today. Thanks for talking with me, and thanks for your service, man.
yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, that's good.